seen walking through the fields was on the bus, too. He saw or heard the boy almost every day until June. As the summer progressed, the boy ventured out less frequently. By August, he did not come out at all. When he heard the boy in the yard, the dog could tell that the boy's energy was different. There was less laughter on the hill. Things grew worse with the man, too. Thorne stopped leaving the house, and a putrid odor seeped from his pores. The dog knew the smell. He recognized it from his previous owner, who ran a tavern near the city. October turned to November, and Thorne became less attentive to the dog's needs. The setter lost weight, and the sheen vanished from his red coat. As hunger set in, his disposition naturally deteriorated. He paced nervously. One day in November, around 3 p.m., though it was still some distance away, he could hear Thorne's truck rapidly approaching home. There was another sound, farther in the distance, that caused pain in the dog's ears. He whined and tried to bury his head between his paws as it grew nearer. It was the sound of sirens. Impervious to his own discomfort, he wagged his tail excitedly as Thorne's truck screeched on its brakes and turned wildly into the driveway. The truck fishtailed to a stop not 10 feet from the dog's run. The dog did not know what to expect from this tall, gaunt man. In the past he was affectionate and seemed to value the dog, but lately his master treated him like an inconvenient responsibility. Thorne stumbled out of the truck and, without bothering to shut the door, fell to the ground. This is the position from which humans often play with dogs, so the dog grew excited and ached for a greeting, some acknowledgement of his existence, but there was none. Instead, Thorne pulled himself up, brushed the dirt from his clothes, and made sure the package he so carefully clutched in his hands was still intact. The pain in the dog's ears grew more severe as the sirens grew closer, but still all he wanted was to be with the man. He ran excitedly at the end of the chain and barked for attention. It was still early in the afternoon, but not too early for the ubiquitous bottle in the brown paper sack, the bottle that held the scent that the dog now associated with his master. Thorne gripped the sack in his left hand like a lion trainer clutches the whip that separates him from certain death. The red setter whined again, and even let out a little yelp, but Thorne still ignored him. Instead, he walked into the house and slammed the front door behind him. Soon more cars pulled into the driveway. 2 of them carried the painful siren. The noise ended when the drivers turned off their engines, got out of their cars, and approached the master's house. The dog was confused. It was rare for other people to enter his area. The strangers' voices seemed nervous, and there was a scent in the air that he associated with danger. The dog barked furiously and pulled at the chain. The uniformed men talked to the dog. They said that they would not hurt him, but still they stayed well away from his run as they approached the house, and he could sense their aggressive postures. He was prepared to lay down his life to defend Thorne from this strange new threat. The men banged on Thorne's old front door. The dog desperately threw all of his weight at the chain, but still it did not give. A few moments later, one of the men led his master out of the house in handcuffs, locked behind his back. The dog sniffed the air to assess the potential for danger. There was no odor of blood, but the smell of alcohol, stale and sour, clung to his master. Thorne's head hung down as he walked toward the cars. He said nothing to his dog as he was shoved into the patrol car. An older man had arrived at the scene, and he spoke to the uniformed men in a voice that the dog recognized. He had heard it before from the top of the hill. There was no fear in this one. The old man went to his truck and pulled out a half-eaten bologna sandwich and tossed it to the dog, eyeing him from a safe distance as the setter devoured the human food. The man approached him, and the dog hunkered down in fear, still uncomfortable with a stranger entering his space. It was